What they do
is hard to sell. Stamps.
Good job.
Yeah. That's what I'm here
What
for.
they do is they'll like make little companies when they get back selling stuff door to door because they're like, if I could sell God door to door, I can sell anything. Wow. So I did this thing. They all do it. Not all of them, but they're all based out of Provo, Utah, and they're these companies. They team up with companies. So I sold Comcast internet, cable, and phone door to door in Denver.
Wow.
And it's these Mormon guys who are really good. Like, oh yeah, I can upsell HBO after 2 years of being like, do you want to go to church for 3 hours every Sunday?
Wow.
So I did that, and that was the closest that I got. But it is weird knocking on people's doors and just being like, what am I going to get into? These one people had wolves. They were like, their whole door jamb was like completely beat up.
Wow.
And I walked in and they were just like, be careful, he's a wolf. And then they weren't holding him or anything.
Wow.
Like a real wolf. It's Colorado.
How long had the wolf been holding them hostage?
Careful, he's a wolf. Tell Comcast we're in here.
I just had this like shocking moment of revelation that almost better anything in therapy, only it's good stuff, not bad. I mean, I was like, that's how I managed to talk people into doing crazy stuff all the time. I'm always throwing like weird shows or, hey, let's do this. And I get like 50 people to agree to do it. And then they're all like, why did we do that? But I realize it's the door-to-door experience. I learned how to talk people into anything.
Yes.
No, I thought you were going to say it's because you have a wolf. And I was,
Good God.
I hadn't seen it yet, which
Carl, you should
only
dust
means
off
you're
your old
seeing
uniform.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
really make a difference.
ROTC uniform. Get out there again.
People support the troops.
People need cans. Canned goods.
Ma'am, could I see your cans again? So,
It's deeply shameful.
So, anyways, but I've always wondered, like, is there any idea for real, like, what the percentage of people who would actually want to open the door and go, "Come on in, boys"? Because
I think it's less and less.
Yeah,
right?
It's kind of sad
because
it's sad in a way that it's tough on those guys, and I respect anybody who wants to try and bring what they think is good to the world. But it is also like, yeah, but God, most people, I hate to say, no offense, the stereotype is, oh boy, that's annoying, and who would let them in? But you're saying less and less they get in, or less and less resistance? Yeah,
I would assume that that's going less and less. Because nobody even wants to like answer the door to their neighbor. Like, if my neighbor just knocked on my door, I'd be like, you should text somebody first. Like, what are you doing? And I'm terrified of that stuff. Like, I can't like borrow cups of sugar or anything like that from neighbors. Like, my mom would send me over when I was a kid, and I was like, I can't. But that's probably why I didn't go on a mission. I was like, I can't even ask Rosemary for a cup of sugar.
Yeah, but what about? I mean, did you ever hear any stories from friends that have done this, or your brother? Like, what's it like once they're in the house? I mean, like, are they surprised that somebody says coming in, or are they like, oh,
probably?
Wow,
Yeah, I would be so surprised. I would. Yeah, I'm sure they're surprised, and then it's a very specific. Like, they're called the discussions, and like missionaries are very trained on. Which is like, yeah, you want me to do it?
The talk is something totally different.
Here it comes. It took a twist. Yeah, I mean, because they're 18-year-old boys that are going out there. So they go to a missionary training center for like 3 weeks.
I'm just picturing how strange it is. Like, we're here to talk to you about God. God, huh? Never heard of him. Come on in. I'm intrigued.
I have no... Well, they do say it's easier to convert a person who's already devout in another faith than like not at all. So like a lot... I think the highest, like the most success, I shouldn't speak out of turn, but I think the highest successes in Latin American countries, because they still are very faith-based people. So it's easier to be like, oh, you believe this thing? Well, what about this thing? Instead of like, you believe in nothing at all. What about this whole entire...
Wow.
I just heard a story about this guy named Potter Christ. Did you ever hear about him?
No.
Potter
no
Christ,
relation?
Back in the... Well, it depends on who you ask.
He's
That's the
Harry
whole thing.
Potter and Jesus Christ.
He was
the best-selling.
Just think of the scars on that guy.
He thought he was like the
Both
second...
hands, the ankles, the forehead.
Cut to ribbons. He thought he was like the second coming and had like a little devout group of followers. It was in Iowa in like the mid-1800s.
Oh, okay.
And when he was like 70, he was having this sort of like, church service. And he's like, today's the day I'm going to be ascended into heaven. And he's riding around town in a donkey, like just kind of like having his acolytes following him around. So they go over to the bluffs in Council Bluffs, Iowa. And he's like, I'm going up to heaven. And he jumped off the bluffs and died.
That's just what it looked like from down here.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
I don't know.
did you have a comment about that or no?
I loved that story.
No, but okay, so
Sort of an allegory.
before I moved on, I just meant I didn't want to catch up. But the thing is, okay, so is there a rivalry between Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses? Like, damn it, they're at the door first, or that kind of thing.
That's the weird thing is like I feel like the Jehovah's Witnesses are like a little bit of a joke to Mormons, which is weird because
Wow.
Mormons are a joke to everybody else. Yeah. But there is sort of like people will be like, oh, they gave me a watchtower because the watchtower is like their thing.
magazine, yeah.
But no, I mean, no, there's not. I mean, yes, there's of course there's competition. I mean,
But it's not like Bloods
the
and the
saving
Crips.
of souls, which I don't know. I've always been confused about the Jehovah's Witness thing because they believe that only like 144,000 people
Yeah.
are going to heaven. So it's like, why are you still trying? Like,
We're full.
yeah, it's not anybody from today.
Either that or you suck so
They're
bad
all in.
that you can't even get 144,000 people after all these years. That's another end of the question I've always wondered. Yeah.
How many people were there total?
Well, you saw Book of Mormon, right?
Yeah, I did.
Pretty
Oh,
great,
my.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, loved it.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, we should think of all the Mormon.
Am I
questions.
crushing your stereotypes? Wow, he's
Also, he's black.
Yeah.
No, they've been doing that since was it the
1980,
late?
I think.
Oh, really? I thought
Yeah,
it was like the early
1979 or
'70s.
no,
Because that was going to
be.
be my question about your brother. Doing missionary work in South Africa right after apartheid.
Mm-hmm.
Was there like a majority of the population that he was just like, you guys, you're cool. It's these ones that I want to talk to.
No,
Well, do that.
Oh no, that's why they went to South Africa, was they finally got over that.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, let's get all the black people we can, right?
I think he was one of the first. I think they weren't admitting missionaries to South Africa until him. Sort of. I think he was one of
Wow.
the first waves.
I lived
Didn't
in
go
Jerusalem
great.
for a while, and I was really surprised. Like, now that you explain the whole, well, once they already have faith, they're easier to get. Because, when living in Jerusalem, you're like, the market's already cornered here.
Yeah.
All sorts of
You got
corners.
three
three
big
pointed
ones,
pointer.
and even the Armenians get a quarter of the old city.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's true.
So do you have any other horrible restaurant stories? Because we have about a few minutes left.
Just my own behavior. Like I'm bad. I once waited on Gwyneth Paltrow, and I told her about my dog's inflammatory bowel disease,
Lovely.
unprompted. She didn't ask about it.
She was like, "What are the specials tonight?"
And that's where she came up with the name
I was
Goop
just
for her.
like,
That's where she came up with Goop. yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Why
did you bring that up?
I don't remember. It was after she ate. I think it was I'm not a monster. It was after she ate the food. It was related, but I did want to. Here's the thing. My dog, I'll say it here too. My dog has inflammatory bowel disease because in LA, they treat all the lawns so much. There's so many pesticides in LA that the dogs, they get it on their paws and then they like lick it off their paws and it ruins their digestive tract. Anyway, I think subconsciously I was trying to get a highfalutin celebrity attached to cure the problem with pesticides in LA.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if that's true.
Did you get a good tip from her?
Probably. You know what? That's the thing is like,
Yeah, right, good
I've never had a famous person that tipped like absurdly well.
Or
Wow.
poorly, though.
But they spend a lot of money and then they tip accordingly, so
Yeah.
it's a big tip.
Right.
But it's not like
Is there like a
Let me
biggest,
buy a
percentage
house,
wise.
yeah.
is there like a best or worst customer ever that's a celebrity? That you can think of?
I
Was that gunshot went off?
yeah, there it goes.
Is James Wood's granddaughter?
James
No.
Woods' granddaughter. I don't remember. I've never had like a bad. There was that guy. I think he's a comedian, Hal Sparks.
Oh, yeah.
I was just really. He's very strange looking in real life, and I couldn't stop staring at him. And then I think he left a poor tip because I was behaving. Yeah. I think he had his lips done or something.
Interesting.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
an
yeah,
intense-
And it took me a long time. I had to look for a long time to figure out what I thought was going on. And I came to the conclusion that I think his lips.
That's so weird for a guy.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what about nicest? Anybody that blow your mind? Like, whoa, that guy was nice.
ISIS? Oh.
Nicest.
Nicest. I was like, I don't know. What about ISIS? I didn't
ISIS,
know what
terrorists,
they were talking
crappy
about.
Did
tippers.
they ever
I
come
think
into your
they're
restaurant?
bad.
Yeah.
Don't drink.
Nicest.
Don't-
Okay, so here's the thing. So, Kate Hudson. I was waiting on Kate Hudson at the same time that my buddy was waiting on.
Swoon.
What's her name? Jennifer
Mini driver?
Garner.
Oh,
Jennifer
hey.
Garner. And so I finished waiting tables with Kate Hudson, and she tipped me, and there was a smiley face on the tip thing. And I was like, look, Kate Hudson gave me a smiley face. And then my buddy showed me Jennifer Garner's. She drew an elephant on his... I was like, I got a smiley face. She drew an elephant on his like tip receipt because one of her kids had like a how to draw book, and I guess he was like, you should draw me something for that. So I was like, sweet, Kate Hudson drew me a smiley face, and Jennifer Garner blew her out of the water with a full elephant.
But Kate Hudson drew the smiley face of her own volition.
Yes.
He prompted
that.
Jennifer Garner to do the elephant. So you earned that.
Win.
Yeah, I think so.
So I guess Jennifer
in the
Garner,
Winter Olympics.
I guess Jennifer Garner is a Republican. That's the thing, really. But
Really? Is that what they say?
No, I'm saying the elephant.
Oh.
Yeah, she's propagandizing.
Let's address the elephants on the bill.
Yeah. Wow. So that was a dumb joke. Sorry, folks. Anyways,
try.
But let's say, what is the worst restaurant you ever worked at? You can name it or not name it, but like, just
oh my gosh,
worst experience ever.
It's the Olive Garden. It's crazy. You
Yeah.
get 3 table sections. It's unlimited breadsticks. You have to run around like a chicken with your head cut off. At lunch, it's unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks.
my
You
God.
get $2 tips. You run around like crazy. The trays are really heavy. You have to wear a uniform. It stinks there.
Ooh,
And the food's bad.
The food's
But
not good.
And
how
that's
do you
the thing.
really
If you-
feel?
If you, I do crave the zuppa Toscana every now and again. If you have to work at a restaurant for a long time, at least work somewhere where you like the food. Like,
Yeah.
I think Olive Garden. When people always say Olive Garden's food is terrible, I don't mind it when I go. I go like when I visit my parents. Or
Well, that way, like, people sit down in your section, like, what's good here? And you're like, the bathrooms are really clean.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Clean water. Yeah, no, it's not good. It's objectively not good, but that's okay. It's safe. You know the level of bad that you get.
When you're here, your family.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
The best part about working at an Olive Garden, though, is that usually they're right next door to a Red Lobster. So we would do little like mice trades with
cheddar
with
biscuits for
cheddar biscuits
Forget
for
about it.
breadsticks.
Set your watch by them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not know where there used to be a Red Lobster on Wilshire, like in Beverly Hills.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was, well, you know that strip of, is it La Cienega where they have all the chain restaurants, like down there just north of Wilshire?
Oh, like the Las Vegas area where they have like Fogo de Chao and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there was an Ed DeBevick's there and the Stinking Rose and Benihana. And it was on Wilshire, like right around the corner from there. And I was like, that is probably the world's nicest Red Lobster. But
Turns out it was just a Red Lobster.
Just the regular same one, yeah.
Same.
Yeah, the place I want to know about is the Stinking Rose. Anybody ever been there?
Yeah.
I went there. We
great.
took my mom there for
Really?
her birthday.
Yeah,
They
it's
put
fantastic.
a garlic hat on your head if it's your birthday.
It's really great.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going there next. Okay.
Go.
So, where can people learn more about you and check you out and all that?
You can follow me on Twitter at Sky Bingham.
Okay.
Or no, that's not. Oh, it's Sky Bean Gum. Like SKYBEANGUM.
Okay.
And then, I'm around town.
is
all right.
your family phonetic, or do you just write the language?
Yeah, no, I just liked it.
And go see him in Echo Park tomorrow,
Tomorrow at 8,
June 1st.
June 1st.
And
Fabulous.
What's the name of the bookstore?
Stories.
Yeah, go there.
Glad you guys
I might
know.
actually go there. I realize I don't have plans yet. So, all right. So, want to thank you, Skyler,
Thank you for having me.
Skyler.
Very funny hour. I had a very good time with this.
Oh,
You
same.
really
Went so
restored my
quickly,
faith in
yes.
podcasting. Well, that's true. I was like, when he hit me with 10 minutes, I'm like, no way, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Seriously,
love
this
attention.
is the most fun
so-
I've had in several weeks with this.
We'll leave the bill in front of you whenever you're ready.
And
No rush.
Whenever.
I want to thank, as always, my co-host
Kevin Corcoran.
and our sound wizard.
Dr. David Robinson.
And as always, I'm Carl Kozlowski, and you've just been awful or something. Okay, thank you. Bye.